Hi, this is an update to my Snake Eyes Yummy deck profile and combo guide, post September 15th ban list. So on the ban list, we got a third Ash, which is always nice as this is our best starter. We got the option to play 3 Poplar, which we do not exercise because Poplar by himself does nothing, he just makes SP pass. Still, Poplar is our second best starter, paired with absolutely any second engine card, pretty much. Um, I mean, if we got OSS back, we would play 3 Poplar probably. Actually, probably we wouldn't, because then we just go into Azamina. Anyways, unfortunately, we didn't get OSS back, so Poplar is not a one card starter, but he is still a great card. We still play One Oak, because this is just like a worse Poplar for our combos. Still okay though. Play Flamberge as always, and the first big difference, first major change compared to the last deck profile is that we've cut Snake Idea Bellstar. And there's kind of two reasons for this. The first reason is I realized I'm kind of stupid and you could already do some of the combos without the Star. Some of them they were a little awkward, but you could kind of do them a little worse. But now that Linkaribo came off the ban list, you can actually do every single combo without the Bellstar, just with Flamberge, except the Oak combo gets slightly worse, but we are not optimizing for this anyway. So yeah, it allows us to cut a brick, and with Snake Idea Bellstar being cut, we can also cut the Dramatic Chase. So yeah, it just makes the deck a lot less bricky. Then you have a Divine Temple. Now the second temple here, you can cut it with 0 thought required, and you will just have a 41 card version uh, of the deck, and it will change nothing. You will be able to do exactly the same combos. It will not impact any of your plays. I just like having a second temple because it feels nice when you're like normal summoning Poplar and you've already drawn it to activate the Poplar effect and bait out a hand trap. Uh, and B, if you're playing pure yummy combos and you've just drawn the temple, you put it down, you place an Ash in the back row, and if your opponent dares Nibiru you, well, you temple summons out Ash and you go into full Snake Eye engine. Otherwise, okay, you keep the Ash in the back row. Your opponent starts playing into your yummy board, and then as they do, you get the Ash. Ash brings out a Poplar, and suddenly you have 2 extra level 1 bodies with your yummy end board, which obviously you can use to do yummy stuff. You can tribute one for Linkaribo and add extra protection. It's just nice, but you don't have to play two. Got a Bonfire to search Ash or Poplar as needed. 1 for 1, same reason. And then 3 were Arthdaus. This is kind of the glue of the deck. Since you're basically playing like level 1 turbo here with all the Yummies and Snake Eyes, this just allows you to search any level 1 from your deck as long as you're playing. And then we have the Yummy Engine. We got 3 Cupsy because it's the best one. We got 2 Cookie because it's the best disruption, so you'd rather see this than this. And then this just because it's a different name. I mean, it can also be a disruption, but it's not as great of a disruption usually. Anyways, then a surprise and a field spell, and that rounds out all our engine, which is 22 cards. Or it could be 21 if you cut this. Then the non-engine, honestly, it's very customizable. You don't have to play this. You could try a board breaker approach, or you could try like a mix between the two. I would not suggest cutting the Ash for Fool Loss and like Perolia purposes. But the rest of the stuff you can change around. As with the last list, it's nice to have level 1 hand traps. That's why you play the Veilers and the actually sorry, the Droll we don't play for that purpose. It's just nice that it's a level 1. But this deck's number one weakness is it hard loses to Droll. Uh, yeah, like, yeah, you just, if you get Droll and you don't have a response, you're kind of fucked for the most part. So, um, yeah, that's why you play the Droll as a cross out target and hope. Anyways, it's nice to play level 1 hand traps like the Veiler and the Droll, because normal summoning a level 1 hand trap and then Where Art Thou Search Poplar is a full combo, pretty much. And then just 3 defensive cards, triple tag, cross out, and called by. Now for the extra deck, we've swapped out Relinquished Anima with Linkuriboh. This card is great. It basically lets you go into a Link 1 twice per turn. Once from the extra deck and once from the graveyard. And then on the next turn, it can come back again on your opponent's turn and be kind of an annoying disruption on the battle phase. We keep one IP, one SP, one Promethean, one Ambler Whale. And now we've cut Almirage. Turns out with Linkuriboh and with the new combos with Flambert, you don't actually need Almirage. I mean, it could still be useful when you're playing pure Yummy, but you don't need it. So you can keep it if you want, or you can replace it. Basically, this is like a free wild card spot. You replace it with anything you want. I'm choosing to play a Zealantis and side deck Raging Phoenix just for going second OTK stuff. Anyone who's like played Snake Eye in the past has probably seen this combo. If not, you can search it up. I think mst.tv has a nice tutorial from like a year ago or something. Probably more than that. Anyways, Snake Eye's Doom Dragon, 2 Snatchies. Again, this could be a 3rd Snatchy if you want, because when you're playing pure Yummy combos with 2 Snatchies, they can be a little awkward. I mean, you can still always end up on the same board, but it will have to be unsafe through Nibiru, which is usually okay. But you can play 3rd Snatchy. Then this is another big change from the last list. You're no longer playing Link Spider. You don't need it. And shout outs to Triff Gaming for making me realize this. You can just totally play through Nibiru or anything. Yeah, this just actually just makes all your combos where you use surprise way better. So yeah, you never need Link Spider. This is just better. Then you play one of each of the Yummy Synchros, and then Marcher and Herald. So we don't care about the Herald limit because we were playing one anyways. All good here. Now the sideboard, I won't pay too much attention to this. It's just kind of a work in progress. I'm testing stuff. Uh, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. So now I'm gonna show you guys some of the combos. So first up, I'm gonna start with one Snake Eye Ash and a discard. Pretty much every single combo needs a discard because that's just how Yummy works. So uh, now there's 2 variations. I'm gonna start by showing you the more typical one, and then I'll show you one that has an even better end board, but has less follow-up because you go through the Yummy link too. Alright, so you start by normaling Ash, search Poplar, activate Poplar, summon it, grab Temple. Now, it doesn't matter if you activate Temple right away or not, whereas before it did, if you're playing Almirage. So you place Flamberge, then you link off the Ash into Linkuriboh. And then with Linkuriboh and Poplar, you go into the Cupsy Yummy way. And this allows you to trigger Cupsy, chain link 1, and then chain block it with Poplar. Poplar has to place the Ash here. It's important for playing through Nibiru. By the way, I'm placing these like pen scales just for fun to protest Electromite not coming back. And then, okay, you search the Cupsy and the cookie. Discard the extra card. And summon out the Cupsy. By the way, the quick effect is Link Rebo. Let's just ignore it. Search surprise. Now, from here on out, you can get Nibiru, and I'll have a couple of replays on Dueling Book at the end of the video where I'm showing you like what to actually do when you get Nibiru. But trust me, this is completely safe. The only thing you lose if you get Nibiru is Herald. Anyways, continue. You link this off for Snatchy. Don't activate the effect. Then synchro with these two into Lollipop. Use the effect. Bring back these two. Then go with these two into Metal Marcher. Marcher summon back the other synchro. And then now you gotta summon out the cookie from hand. This is the last point that you can get Nibiru, and this is also the optimal point for your opponent to Nibiru you. Assuming they don't, go into Herald. Then we go into IP Masquerena with these two. And now we send both of our back rows for Snake Eyes Doom Dragon, which triggers Flamberge. Don't activate the Doom Dragon effect unless you're like going second and you wanna place something from your opponent's side on the back row. And we bring back the two Snake Eyes. Now we use Ash effect to get access to Oak. Bring back the Poplar or whatever. Alright. And then from here, we don't activate Oak effect. We don't need anything else. We can just go with IP and Oak into Promethean. Promethean can bring back the Flamberge. Flamberge can place the IP Masquerena. Then Promethean and what am I talking about? Promethean and Doom Dragon will go into Amblowale, and the Poplar will be linked off for Link Karibo. And you can set the surprise here on the empty column. So that is your end board for the first variation of the combo. You have a Herald Omni Negate. You have surprise to summon out any yummy synchro and go into your whole yummy lines with this cookie, draw one, and so on. You have Flamberge and Field Spell can both access IP, which can go into SP for 2 more disruptions. And you also have Promethean Princess in the Grave, although be careful with this. If you bring it out too early, you're not going to be able to summon out your yummies because this fire locks you. And even Amblowale, if it dies, can bring back a Snatchy or a Linkaribo or whatever. Plus you have 3 cards in hand. Alright, now the second variation, I'm gonna just speed through it. The beginning is exactly the same, all the way until you make Herald. So I'm just gonna go through it really quickly. Alright, so once you've made a Herald, in this variation you're actually gonna use a surprise. Summon back, it doesn't matter anything. Then you go into the Yummy Link 2, Ukano Mitsune, and use its effect to reset the surprise. Right here is fine. Now, um, you can just do the same thing as before, send these two for Doom Dragon, trigger its effect, bring them back. Right now, Ash can send whatever to get Oak, and then Oak bring it back. Okay, and now uh, one of these snake eyes with this will go into Promethean. Promethean will bring back Flamberge, and now you're gonna make sorry, you're gonna you're gonna make Ambler Whale, and then IP with the other two. Then Flamberge is gonna place uh, one of the yummies. I usually prefer Cupsy. Alright, and you're done. So in this variation of the end board, you have IP on the field. You don't have Link Kariba on the field, but you have IP on the field. And instead of IP on the back row, you have a yummy. So this means you have two ways into yummies. Field Spell or Flamberge, preferably, can just bring out the yummy right away. And then even if this gets dealt with, you can still bring one back with Surprise, or Surprise can now turn into an extra disruption for Bounce too, if your Yummy lines can go through. So typically this variation has more disruptions, because you can use Surprise as an extra disruption. And I mean, it's kind of dependent on like whether you think you're going to need the link to for follow up next turn or not. If not, you can just go ahead with this. Up next, I'm going to show you the combos with Poplar and one extender. So there's multiple variations on how you can start this. They're all pretty much the same with like slight differences. So the best one is where you normal summon Poplar, and then special summon a Yummy as an extender. You can also just normal a Yummy and then search Poplar with Where Um, then the third possible way is you normal summon like a Veiler and then search Poplar with Rarfdal. That is a little worse because you have one less Yummy name in Grave, but it still works just fine. So anyways, I'll show you the standard way to do it. Normal Poplar, get the field spell, place Oak with the field spell. It's gotta be Oak. Then link Poplar off, use his effect to place him in the back row. Especially Yummy. Go into extra deck Cupsy, get your search of the other two names. Then special Cupsy and search. You can get Nibiru from here on out, but you can still play through it just fine, as I'll show you at the end of the video. So anyways, you keep comboing in the exact same way as you've seen before a couple of times already. And then this time we got two level 1s in Grave, so we don't have to summon the other Yummy from our hand before making Herald, which is nice. Alright, make Herald. Now we're safe. And then here you have two choices. You can make, or you summon this in either way, but you can choose to not use the surprise and end on a board that has no field spell, but it has Ambler Whale, Flamberge, IP in the back row, surprise set, and Herald. Or you can use a surprise and end on a board with the field spell, Ambler Whale, Flamberge, a Yummy Synchro in the back row, and surprise set, but no IP. So I'll show both. I'll start with the one that has access to IP, and then I'll quickly go through the other one. So in this version, you just make IP right now. Then you send these two for Doomed Dragon. Link these off for Promethean. Promethean bring back Oak. And here you see why it had to be Oak, because he's gonna revive another body. All right, and then Oak send Field Spell for Flamberge. Now, if you're very astute, you might have realized that Oak could have sent Poplar, get Ash, search and summon the second Poplar, which is correct. And you'd just get access to Ash in Grave as well. But that's not possible if you've searched Poplar through Where Art Thou? So I'm just showing the more conservative version. Anyways, link these off for Amble Whale and then place our IP and set surprise. And that's it. It's similar to the one Ash combo, the lower ceiling one. You just don't have field spell and no link Karibo on field. All right, so I'm gonna speed through the early stages of the combo so I can show you the second variation. It's all identical up to the point where you make Herald. All right, so this time we're gonna use a surprise. Bring back anything. Then go into the link 2. Reset the surprise. Then send the back row for Doomed Dragon. Go into Promethean Princess. Bring back the Oak and the Poplar. And then Oak send something. Bring out Flamberge. Go into Ambler Whale and place the Cupsea or Lollipop, whatever you want. And that's it. That's the M board. So yeah, I guess it's up to you which one you prefer. This one has no access to IP, but the yummies are more sticky and potentially you can use surprise as a disruption. All right, now I'll show you how to do the Oak combo. Again, Oak needs an extender. Technically, there's also a combo you can do where if you have access to like Divine Temple or uh, the Yummy Field spell, you can just send that or send what temple places. Uh, but I'm just going to show you the combo where you have Oak plus a Yummy. So you normal Oak, link him off for Linkaribo, summon the Yummy, then do all the same typical stuff we've seen from the Yummy combo. Search Cupsea and the other name. Right, summon Cupsea, and obviously this doesn't play through Nibiru super well. It still kind of does, because you keep Surprise and an Extender in hand, but not quite as well as the other ones. Alright, go through, make Herald. Now that we're safe, summon out this guy. We have to use a surprise here. There's no like choice like there was with the Ash and the Poplar combo. We just have to bring something back here. Then go into the link 2, reset it. Now go into Promethean Princess. Promethean bring back Oak. Now Oak has to send the princess to grave to summon out Ash. And Ash can search Poplar. Poplar can summon himself. Search out Temple. Alright, then Temple places just whatever, another Ash. And Ash sends the other Ash for Flamberge. Now at this point, Flamberge will place one of the yummies in the back row. And we are going to now link off these two for IP. And trigger both of them, Flamberge Chainlink 1, Poplar Chainlink 2. Poplar is going to place the Flamberge in the back row now. And then Flamberge is going to summon back Oak plus another one. Then Oak can summon out the third one. Alright, and then you can exchange one of them for Link Karibo. So this is your endboard with Oak. Looks kind of weird, but the idea here is that we have IP plus like one of these two as fodder to go into SP. Got Herald, Link Karibo, and then the idea anytime you see Flamberge in the back row with the field spell is that when your opponent normal summons, or I mean up to your discretion, but at any time they summon, Temple can bring out Flamberge first, and then Flamberge can bring out the Yummy or whatever else you have in the back row. So I mean, if you wanted to, if you think it's too cluttered, you can just bring out, you can choose not to use Oak effect and just have one less body on the field. But I mean, it can be useful. It just makes the sequencing more important. So okay, so those were all the basic combos. Like depending on your hand, what extenders you have, what specifically you have, there might be like micro differences in details that you're just gonna have to learn as you play the deck along. But that should cover all the basics of how you want to approach comboing with this deck. Now I'm gonna show you guys what to do if you get Nibiru'd. So first I have a replay for if you get Nibiru'd while doing the Ash combo, and then another one for Poplar. Okay, so on the Ash combo, the first point you can get Nibiru'd is right here, after you've summoned the Synchro Cupsy, searched, and then summoned the main deck Cupsy. So you're guaranteed to have Surprise in hand, unless you got Ashed or Impermed or something. Alright, so if they Nibiru here, which is suboptimal by the way, you trigger Temple, bring out Ash, then Ash effect send the Flamberge itself, summon out Oak, Flamberge effect triggers, brings back the two Yummies, and then Link Karibo effect. That's part of what makes Link Karibo really broken right now, is you don't need an extra Link 1 in the deck. As long as you have him in grave, you can just go into a Link 1 here. Alright, and then a Link 1 and a level 1, as you know, can synchro into a Yummy, so we just go back into Lollipop, and then, you know, revive two Yummies and keep going. So on. So now I'm going to rewind. If they don't Nibiru here and they let us keep playing, after we've summoned the cookie from hand, this is the optimal time to Nibiru. And if they do, again, we do the same thing. We summon out the Ash, send itself into Flamberge, get 3 bodies on field. Alright, this time we don't have any yummy place to go into, so instead, we use a surprise. Summon something back, could be the Cupsy, could be whatever. Then this plus the Nibiru token, because it's a light, can go into the Link 2. It needs a light monster and a beast light monster. So the Nibiru token qualifies. Reset the surprise. Go into Promethean. Bring back Flamberge. Flamberge place one of the yummies. And then you can go into Ambler Whale and... actually, that's a mistake. My bad. You've already used the graveyard effect, so you can't actually get Linkuriboh here. But you can just leave the Poplar and then you can do that at the start of your opponent's turn if you so wish. You also have another possibility. Gonna rewind once again. Instead of going into Promethean, you can first go into IP here. And then IP and the Yummy Link 2 can go into Promethean instead. Bring back Flamberge. Flamberge places the IP instead this time. And then these go into Ambler Whale. So instead of having a Yummy in the back row and 1 body on the field, you just have IP instead and no extra body. So you can just choose whatever up to your discretion. Now, same thing for the Poplar line. The first point you can get Nibiru is when you've summoned both Cupsies out with Surprise in hand. So if they Nibiru at a suboptimal time, you chain Temple, bring out Oak, Oak send the Poplar, and then again here you could search Ash, summon the second Poplar if you haven't searched Poplar already. But if you have, more conservatively, you immediately go into Flamberge, then Flamberge and the Nibiru token into IP, Flamberge effect, bring back these 2, then Linkuriboh, and then go into Lollipaw and keep going. Alright, if they do wait for the optimal time, which is right here, again you chain Temple, same thing. And then here, you again go into Link 1 so you can summon the Yummy from hand. You could also toy with the idea of doing surprise plays, but I'm not sure if you need to. And then it's pretty much the same stuff as you've been seeing like this whole time. And yeah, it's the same end board as you saw before. Alright, I don't have other variations, so yeah, that's it. That's pretty much how to play Snake Eyes Yummy post Banlist. Let me know if I made any mistakes like I did last time with the summoning Doomed Dragon from the back row. And yeah, enjoy.